Now for the much more favourite trial deck Volume 3, the one that's featuring Youthberg and the one that has that caused my playset shares to be completely filled. Let's just open this. For those who already play Youthberg, you know what's inside. For those who do not know and is contemplating either to play trial deck Volume 1, Volume 2 or Volume 3, you may watch this video and see what I would say about it, and you will see its playtest video, and you will decide by your own on which one would you like to buy. You need to go to details, the deck, the promo sentinel, which is only limited for the first print, and every other print they won't reprint it again, and the expansion pack. Now let's go look into the card itself, Youthberg. Now, what does Youthberg do, my friends? Well, let me just put this. You know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, so skill number 1. We see same as Draduel and Lialon. When this unit will be rode upon, it is also regarded as Youthberg's Skyfall Arms. Next, its second ability, Revolve Rest. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Choose up to one card revolve form in its card name from your hand and write it as stand, and it gets minus drive 2 until end of turn. So basically, you won't get another drive check, but you will in further supports. Not saying there's a spoiler, but there will be. Trust me, this is Vanguard. Skill number 3: if your greater attacks, if your greater Vanguard was placed during this turn, it gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. This only applies if you play Youthberg on your rear guard circle. So pretty nifty over there. Automatically useful pile. Instruction cards useless. Youthberg Revolve Form Zest. This is one of 3 Youthberg's Revolve forms. So here's its first ability. On place on the Vanguard circle by a Revolve form ability, until end of the turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 power, and if you Persona Road, it gets an additional critical. So pretty terrifyingly strong over there by itself. And next, at the end of your battle, choose a card with Revolve Rest ability from your soul and write it as rest. In other words, you rewrite Protoform Arms in order for you to prepare to write another Revolve form next turn. So nice by itself. In other words, for this trial deck, you'll be cycling both Protoform Arms and Zest back and forth until you get to finish off your opponent. Next, Internalized Mage. If you have a Vanguard with Youthberg in its card name, counter blast 2 and it gets plus 10,000 power until end of the turn. Immediately useless because it's a heavy counter blast. If you want to play competitive, or if you want to play competitively, 2 counter blasts for plus 10,000 power, it's not that useful unless there's something to compensate. Maybe a draw engine, or maybe get extra crit, or maybe restand. So completely useless. Instruction card, put it to the side. Vanguard players can read. Something that's kind of useful for now. When this unit intercepts, and if you have a card with Revolve form in its name in your soul, plus 10,000 shield until end of battle, so it's a 15k shield upon intercept. So for the time being, it is kind of useful. I'm just gonna put it in the middle. Instruction card, move to the side. Sentinel, you know this already. I'm just gonna put 3. I'm just gonna put 3 in the deck, and one order Sentinel here. As you know, it is automatically in the useful pile. Now, the Witch of Revocation Factile. Her ability, when discarded during your right phase, superior call this card to the rearguard circle, and you get yourself a pretty nice rearguard engine over there. Triggers. What trigger? I mean, what? You're gonna get yourself a stand trigger, or more than 4 critical triggers? Please. Now, let's see what's the quote-unquote random foil we get from this start deck. So, 1, 2, 3 at the back, flip to the front, and we got the Knight of Partings Liger. Now since we have this as a foil, let's check out what it can do. If when your Vanguard is placed by a Revolve Rest ability, counter plus 1 and it gets plus 10,000 power until end of the turn. It's kind of slightly more useful than Internalized Mage. Just one less counter blast, but requires you to perform a Revolve Rest. So for this purpose of the video, I would say useless. You can argue with me in the comment section below, but my word is law in my channel. If you want to put laws in your words, you gotta make your own channel and I don't care about following, but have your own channel and say your own things. Now, next. The grade 2 Night of Piercing Catwala. Now this is highly sought after amongst many Character Sanctuary players, because I myself play Character Sanctuary, and this is useful for a lot of reasons. This is a filtering engine. What does it do? At the end of the battle, this unit attack, if you have 4 or more units, including the Vanguard, if you got a Vanguard as a unit, Soul Blast 1, retire itself, check the top 3 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or grade 2 unit from among them, reveal it and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. If you did not reveal a card, you get to draw a card. So it's either a filter engine or a random draw engine, but in Youthberg's case, you need this filter engine, and possibly you need 4 copies, because by God, this thing is so helpful in your deck. So put it to the side here as useful. If you buy 2 trial decks, you would at least get yourself a nice 4-copy playset. By the way, basic ruling for Vanguard, you can only have up to 4 cards of the same name, just in case if you don't know how to build your deck, which I'll make a video out of it later on. Over trigger. Now, since you know that this deck lacks the filter and draw engine, my friends, get rid of the front trigger and then put in an over trigger, because you need that draw engine to draw out your zest. Next, the order card, the normal order card, Skyfall Fury. Counterblast 1, if you have a Vanguard with Revolt Rush ability, search your deck up to 1 Youthberg Revolt from Zest, reveal it and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Immediately useful, put it into your useful pile. The right line. Grade 2 Youth, what does it do? When it's rolled upon by a unit with the Revolt Rush ability, Counterblast 1, choose a grade 2 or greater card from your drop zone and put it into your hand. So yes, you can recycle back, a Revolt Rush card or Persona Right card from your drop zone into your hand if you were to use it, to right deck and stuff. Grade 1 Youth. Please ignore the background sound, because I think there is an accident nearby and I'm recording from my shop. Pausing for a while, and that should be the end. Now, grade 1 Youth, what does it do? During the battle, this unit attacks, it gets plus 2000 power, so basically it's a 10k attacker. And when this unit is rolled upon by a grade 2 Youth, Soul Blast 1, check the top 3 cards, choose up to 1 card with Youthberg in its name, and reveal it and put it into your hand. Choose up to 1 grade 2 or less unit. Sorry, you got 2 options. Either add a Youthberg from the top 3 into your hand, or choose a grade 2 or less unit and call it to the rear guard. So either A, you get more rear guards for your offensive support, or defensive, depending if you want to intercept, or B, you get to add more Youthbergs. So this is useful if it's on the Vanguard circle. That's why you only play 1 copy of it. So right line, and right line. In case you don't know what grade 0 does, okay, sucks to be you. So if you guys are ready, let's move on to the playtest battle, and then next week you will see my series of playing on a budget. So let's go. My say in this is epicness down to the last card. I can see why people are so hyped up to play Youthberg. I like it. But I don't love it because, again, I have my own reasons. I have my own dogma on why I would prefer playing my Magister Lock Blaster over Youthberg. I can see the potential in Youthberg. I can see why Youthberg support in Japanese is quite pricey and on high demand. It's damn strong. Even if you're in the losing end, you would somehow be able to finish off your opponent in a big bang way. Now, of course, if you're too broke to play Youthberg, wait for next week, which I'll share to you guys my series of playing on a budget. So at least you can make your Youthberg decks awesome even though you're in a tight budget. So first things first, let's go through my pro tip, and then I'll give you my final advice on on long-terming with your Youthberg decks. So of course, right line, you want to maintain it. I don't see any cards that you want to. You want to play multiple of based on the right line. So yeah, I don't really see it because most are just generic attack buffs. You only want to run one Protofall Arms because you will have Skyfall Arms later in BT06, which would grant at least one more chance to Persona Ride, meaning that rather than Persona Riding 3 times, you get to Persona Ride 4 times and further take advantage of the Revolve Forms' special abilities. Now, of course, right line, keep it, stick to it, don't change it. Unless you have something better, leave your comments in the comment section so at least we can learn more shit together. Zest. Now, if you're aiming to play Gust in the upcoming set, and furthermore you want to play with Tempest. Now, since Gust is searchable from using its order, my suggestion either run 2 or 3 copies. Now, for this instance, and based on my own experience on having card searches, I would opt to run at least 3 copies, so 1 copy away, because again, it's searchable. Now, but in this situation, since I only have Zest and I don't have Gust, so go for 4, so that at least you can maximize the revolve forms. But once you got Gust, you got a playset of Gust, run 2 or 3 because again, Zest is searchable. So you don't if you're running Gust and Zest together, of course. But in for this instance, run 3 at the moment. Run 4 at the moment. Now, Catwalla. Okay, even though you haven't seen it in game, but to further help you to search out, to filter out your Persona Ride components, your Revolve Form components, this is useful. This is, now let's just say this is just helpful. So I urge you. I'm not suggesting you. I urge you. That's another word I'm looking for. Not command. Yeah, you know what? I think I mandate you to buy another trial deck to get 2 more copies of Catwalla. This is so useful to get out your components quick or filter out non-triggers, so you get to draw out more triggers during your drive checks. This is just, oh man, I mean now I wish trial decks, the trial decks would provide for, but again, since it's a trial deck and this is how they market their strong trial deck exclusive cards, yeah, I actually miss this kind of marketing by Bushiroad. It's just, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I love playing and buying Vanguard cards. Now, Skyfall Fury, again, Zest is easily searchable thanks to Skyfall Fury, so run 2. Unless somehow Bushiroad changes the rules for playing order cards, rather than you're only allowed to play 1 order card per turn, you can play multiple a turn, like Yu-Gi-Oh with their spell cards, then yes, you can run 4. But at the moment of this recording, Bushiroad's rule states that you can only play one order per turn. So run 2 Skyfall Fury. Now for Factil, just like the other discard Superior Call or discard Soul Charge unit, you only want to run 3 because you only write from your right deck 3 times. So put 1 away. This one goes to the useful pile. Of course, staple, I don't need to discuss further. Now for the useless pile. Now, if you're playing on a budget, then yes, run the other 3 copies of Protofall in your deck. But if you're playing on a high budget, put him away because you have you have Skyfall, which is better, which will grant you again 4 chances to Persona Right, and you know, to further help you to take full advantage of the Revolve Form's ability, especially Zest. I mean, come on, Zest itself has a great pressuring power because it grants you an additional crit. You don't want, I mean, your opponents of course don't want to get beat down that fast. For Liger, okay, now Liger in internet, I mean, like I said earlier in the unboxing itself, these can be easily replaced because by the time BTO6 comes out, you have better options to either get free power-ups than consuming Counterblast, and I guess with Schneisel you can search out more Revolve Forms or Youthbergs, and then if you have the money to bang BT01, get Painkiller Angel, that helps out more. Okay, tell you what, if you're gonna play a full-on Youthberg, focus on either filter engine or draw engine. These, unless you don't have filter or draw engines and you're going for raw power, I would suggest run these. But at the moment, useless pile. Sentinel BT6, you get better Sentinels than whatever you see here. Overtrigger, reprint of the Cactus Sanctuary Overtrigger, so nothing to worry about there. And yeah, trigger line now. Suggested trigger lineup. Again, same thing. If your rearguards have the capability to generate their own criticals, run full front triggers. However, as of my knowledge, you only have Fanuel and Pride Dragon that can grant their own criticals. However, their requirements are quite strict, as Fanuel requires you to have 3 grade 3 units, and Pride Dragon requires you to have 4 grade 3 rearguards to grant yourself crits. So unless you can find a way how to run Youthberg in an all grade 3 settings, go ahead and run Fanuel and Pride Dragon. However, if you do not have that capability, then might as well go for the classics of 7 or 8 criticals and 3 to 4 fronts. The 3 to 4 fronts, not this one, the 20k shield front trigger, which will be reprinted in DBT07. If you guys are patient enough, if you guys are impatient, then I would suggest you guys to bang the now extinct DBT02, which releases those kinds of fronts. You will now, since knowing that Cactus Sanctuary has a lot of draw options, you're better off running close to 0 draw triggers, because how to put it, okay, as useful draw triggers are, you would rather have critical or fronts as they have higher higher shield values, or of course heal triggers. They have higher shield values, and of course again Cactus Sanctuary has good draw engine mechanics from the start deck volume 1. The hourly Counterblast 2 draw 2, that's a huge draw engine over there. If you want to run a grade 3 base Youthberg, you can run Alden. So I mean, even if in terms of right line, yeah, you can actually just bloody run Blaster Dark just for you to get that twin drive to draw out more, to easily draw out not easily, to at least have more chances to draw out your Youthbergs or your Revolve Forms. So yeah, I guess that's it from my end. I do hope you find this video, my videos for the past few videos, useful for you guys to reflect on how you want to play your trial decks. Now stay tuned for next week, where I share to you guys the series of playing on a budget, where you can play Vanguard and be awesome at it and competitive on a lower budget. Most of the cards I'll be using are commons, but I'll share to you guys how amazing these common cards are in actual play. So yeah, subscribe, like, and everything else. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.